You know, Ellie texted me yesterday, I think, the other day. There's 725 of these videos on YouTube. I don't know how they can even do it. How do they upload 725? But they're on. That's what he told me. If you need research into what I do, what I teach, go to YouTube, go to Facebook, go to my website. There's 35 short essays on Tantra and Kundalini. No shortage of material. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? Does anyone have a question?
Stuart?
Yes.
Can you talk about creating an inner landscape?
Did I come to what?
No, can you speak about creating an inner landscape?
Well, it's just a metaphor for what we do here, Larry. I mean, a landscape is, like in Handel's Messiah, there's a passage, every mountain and every valley and every hill and every plain, the crooked made straight, the rough places plain. That's exactly what our work is all about. All the crooked, all the rough places, all the dysfunction and everything else has to be made straight. It has to be turned into an internal landscape, an internal garden, a beautiful garden with one's heart open, with love, with forgiveness, the highest level of what it means to be human. That's what this work is all about. And that landscape is just a metaphor for that. Creating within oneself a place where all of life grows. Everything in life has room to grow in that special place called the human heart, where there's forgiveness, there's love, there's, look, it's not difficult to understand, it's difficult to do. And the only reason it's difficult to do, as I say all the time, we're up against one person. It's ourselves. We have to master ourselves and create that internal landscape for that every mountain and every valley, everything made, the rough places plain. And there's so many rough places inside every human being. But proper use of mind and breath and need to grow and will to do it. I mean, the rough places will get plain. They'll get smoothed out. But it requires an effort on the part of each and every person, not for me and not for anybody, but themselves, for their own personal inner life. Because each and every one of us every day has to deal with one person 24 hours a day. It's ourselves. And if that inner landscape, is not blossoming and blooming with joy, with love, with wonderment, that's what you got to deal with.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome, Larry. I mean, it's a good question, and it's a thing that, I've yet to meet a human being that doesn't have to deal with that situation. Because, whoever comes to these classes or whoever I meet anywhere, they bring their baggage. They bring the rough places that need to be made plain. And, and if you're centered and you can help them, you can, if they want to, you can help them get all of that dysfunction straightened out. I've been writing this. I promised myself 3 years ago I'd never write another book. But here I am in the middle of one. And almost at the end of it, actually, I got 91 of these short essays done, which is like staggering to me. And it's all about, Tantra, but Tantra is all about getting the rough places plain. Be able to see that internal landscape where everything is blossoming, that's full of wonderment, full of God, spirit. And it just depends on each person, I've heard every excuse that's possible to listen to. And I don't listen to many of them anymore. I'm not interested. I'm interested in the rough places getting plain and what people have to do to get there. Not, what they have to do not to get there. That takes guts and courage and, a real commitment to truly building one's inner life. And everyone can do it. We have all the tools. We have everything that's necessary. We are given to them the moment we're born. I should say they're given to us the moment we are born. Now it depends on conscious use of them to straighten out all the rough places, to get rid of the dysfunction, the neurosis, the anxiety, the fear, insecure, all those words, they fill up Webster's dictionary, all those words, insecurity, victimhood, fear, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. And yet every single one of them can be overcome by using the mind and breath properly, by developing a chakra system, by building a connection in oneself with God, spirit, whatever one wants to call that, higher energy. Does anyone else have a question? I would like 2 minutes. Okay. As I've announced before, I'll announce it again. I'm having a birthday retreat. There's still, I don't know, I think 1 or 2 spaces open. If you want to come, and you can always put one on the waiting list, and I don't know what to say, except last weekend was simply an extraordinary weekend. And I'm not the only one who says it. People, and it's something that can help people. If you can, I know people live a long distance from here, and Israel and Europe and South America, but all over the United States. So, let me know, let Jennifer know if you want to attend, see what happens. So thank you. God bless you all. And I appreciate your presence and what you demand of me, and the depth that you forced me to work on myself is something very needed in my life. So I feel very blessed, and I feel very grateful for this work and for all of you being part of it. Thank you. And God bless you.
Oh, thank you, Stuart.
Thank you. Thank you, Stuart.
Bye.